Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Get my headset in here. Do I have you, Nicole? Can I hear you?
You do. You do.
Nicole, you there?
Yep.
Let me get you.
I think it's on your end.
All right, Nicole?
Yes.
All right, just a second.
Morning, Valerie and Kaylin and Justin and Heidi.
Can't hear you, Nicole.
It's got to be on your end. Someone else comment if you can hear me.
Always got to have the technical difficulties. Here, we'll do this, Nicole. I got an idea. All right, Nicole.
Better?
Yeah, now I got you.
It's your headphones.
Knew
it wasn't me. I'm like looking at the comments. I'm like, it's not me.
Hey, Councilwoman Heidi Wilder is joining us. Justin, hey, it's Halloween. Can I do it, Nicole? Can I put the...
You can put the wig on if you want. I'm not putting the wig on, but my hair looks really good, so go for it.
Here we go. Let me figure out how this works.
Morning, Mel.
I got the headset on.
Valerie.
What do we think? It's Halloween, and we got it. Okay. What do you think? We're having a good time over here at City Holiday. There we go. I don't know. What would I go as with a wig like this for Halloween? What do you think? Frozen? That girl off Frozen?
Elsa?
It's all... What?
You could do that, or you could try to go for like a Mr. Frost theme and kind of go with like the vibes of the weather.
Like, hey, dude, you know, something like that.
Yeah. Heidi said that the headphones make you look funky.
Oh, with the head. I know. It's the other ones weren't working correctly. All right. Who's joining us? I could be like a rocker dude with this, you know?
There's a lot of directions you could go with that.
I have no pride. I have no shame. I'm bringing entertainment to everyone today.
I'm replying to comments, so don't think I'm being rude, guys.
Valerie said
no, sir.
So I got this wig from Utility Billing. They loaned it to me, or what's the right word? Lent or loaned it? I don't know what the right grammar is on that. Mel's laughing. All right. I'm entertaining for the masses today. How are you doing today, Nicole?
I'm good.
Good. It's Council Day.
It is.
That's always fun. And, you know, Nicole word on the street is that you are the Bachelorette
I am.
of the year.
But I think all 5 of us. So if you're not familiar with Parker County Bachelorette, it is a local thing that goes on here. And it's 5 single women paired with 5 very deserving charities and also 5 restaurants here in the county. And we get 8 weeks to fundraise as long as you stay moral and legal. Those were the only 2 standards they really gave us. You have 8 weeks to fundraise. So the person that gets the title of Parker County Bachelorette is the person who fundraises the most. So yeah, Thursday night they announced. So we had turned all of our money and everything in by before 5 o'clock. I guess it was by or before 5 o'clock on Monday. And then they go through and they tally and they see who fundraised the most. So yeah, my charity was Charity, and I was partnered with Zenos on the Square, and we raised over $221,000.
Fantastic. And then Kristen Puegas.
Yes.
I always say her name wrong. Did I get it right that time?
Peggy's.
See, I can never remember her. And I know she's watching, and she's so disappointed in me right now. She represented the animal shelter. I think she raised like $150,000 roughly, or $130,000. I can't remember. But she did really well, so we're really proud of you and Kristen. And so
yeah, she was the animal shelter and tequilas, and they didn't give totals of what everyone fundraised, so I can't, unless the girls are going to say how much they fundraised themselves. I only knew how much I brought in and then how much we collectively all brought in.
So it's a good cause, and I'm excited for Nicole and Kristen, and it's a win-win for everyone. 2 thumbs up. And I'm going to take the wig off now so we can get serious, okay? I'll bring the wig back later, all right? There we go. That was fun. Oh, by the way, I have a special guest in my office right now. Are you not excited, Nicole?
Well, no, I was waiting to see if you were like going to turn the camera or do something special for it.
It's
or if you're just going to make
It's a secret guest, and I'm excited to have him here. He's with the county, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, I say let's get started so we can get to the part where everyone else gets to see who the special guest is.
Okay, let's go. All right. So I think I did resources last week, so you can take over.
Sweet. So, guys, we always start off every show talking about our different resources that we offer as a city. So we're going to get started with the fact that everyone, if you don't know, or if you already do, don't forget our website is weatherfordtx.gov. That is your one-stop shop for all of our agendas, all of our live meeting streams, all of our city ordinances, anything about any department that you could want to know will be there. And then, of course, we have our tourism website, which is experienceweatherford.com. So if you have family coming into town or know someone traveling through the area, send them that way. It's a great way to showcase the different businesses we have going on, specials in town, and events. Of course, you can book your hotel room directly through that website. We have our economic development website. So when businesses are looking at coming here, they can go to chooseweatherford.com. Of course, usually on Economic Development Week, we talk about if there's a business you're wanting to see come here, reach out to their parent company, or if it's like a smaller company, reach out to the owners and tell them you want them here. Send them to chooseweatherford.com. It kind of really helps sell and show them why they should be here. And we do think all businesses should be here in Weatherford. Then after that, we have our downtown website, which is heritagesquareweatherford.com. That's updates on what's going to happen with the bypass and that project as we continue to develop downtown. Of course, we are on all of the social media you see listed. We are an agency on Nextdoor, so I don't have that one there because there's not a handle. You just have to be following us as an agency. On Facebook, we are Weatherford, Texas. On Instagram, we are City of Weatherford. On Twitter, we are City Weatherford. And on YouTube, we are Weatherford. YouTube's kind of our landing spot. So after we go live on this show, after city council meetings, a lot of our live stream from events, we go ahead and put those up there, plus the ads and any other videos we have. It's kind of like our saving bank. So if you're not wanting to scroll through Facebook, you can always head over to YouTube and check that out.
Yep. And of course, we have the My Weatherford app. If you haven't downloaded that yet on your mobile device, please do so. It's free. We always love free things, and you can download that at the Apple Store, or you can get that on Google Play. And as you can see in the graphic, you can access our our interactive web map. So you can look up different school districts, you can look up water lines, pretty much everything, you name it, we have it on that interactive web map. You can also go on the app to pay your bill. You can access all of our social media channels as well. It's a one-stop shop for you when you're on the go and you need to learn about city services. And then Nicole mentioned this as well, Experience Weatherford. So we have not only the website, but we have the Experience Weatherford app as well. You can actually plan your visit to Weatherford, or if you live here, you can actually plan your day. But you can book a hotel room. We have direct access to our local hoteliers here in Weatherford. You can book a hotel room, plan the events that you want to go to, check out all of the business listings as well. It's another on-the-go one-stop shop for you in regard to tourism. And it's free, right, Nicole?
It is. So we always talk about like people coming and visiting, but like you said, it could be useful for people here. And I think a lot of people also think that it's something they have to pay for. If you're a business in town or if your event's happening in town inside the city limits, you don't have to pay. It's just list it. It's free. You might as well use that service. But yeah, I think it's really cool because if you have a busy weekend, there's a lot of events you want to hit in town. Throw them in there once you create, and it's a free account. We don't spam emails or anything. It's just that way you can have a login. So if you get logged out, you can log back in. But if you want to hit up a bunch of stuff, you can put all of those and any other stops you have in town on your itinerary. That way you don't forget about an event. So like this last weekend, there were a lot of things happening across town all day on Saturday. You can throw together an itinerary and it'll tell you, hey, your next event is starting soon. It just kind of helps make sure that no one misses out on things that they want to partake in.
And as you can tell by looking at the graphic, we have our sponsors listed on the app and on our website. And so this snapshot shows Medical City Weatherford. So we appreciate them as a proud sponsor. And if you would like to become a sponsor, your business would like to be a sponsor at one of our mini events, which is organized with Michael Howard over in Parks, Rec, and Special Events, you can go to Experience Weatherford and access the partner program to find more info.
Yeah.
All right. The special guest, and I'm revealing it now. It is Mr. Sean Hughes, Fire Marshal and Emergency Management Coordinator of Parker County, and he's going to talk to us today about the outdoor warning sirens. Let me get him rigged up over here, and then, Nicole, if you have questions, you can ask him as well, okay? All right, 1 second. All right.
Good to go.
Put these on your ears there. Perfect.
Good to go. Hey, Nicole.
Hey.
I cannot hear.
You not hear her?
I got her now.
You got her now? Okay.
Yeah. Happy to be here. I learned a new word.
What word did you learn?
Hotelier.
Hotelier. It's a word.
I learned a new word today. It's awesome. I am Sean Hughes. I'm the County Fire Marshal and Emergency Management Coordinator. I'm also the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Weatherford, the other cities in the county. So I'm here today to talk about emergency management things, specifically a new and exciting project here in Weatherford, and that's the outdoor warning siren. There's another term used for these sirens that we don't like to use anymore, and it begins with a T.
Uh-huh.
And ends in an O, but we don't use that word anymore because they're outdoor warning sirens. They're used for more things than just severe weather. We can use them for hazmat. We can use them for other kinds of things. And Nicole, I know that you're familiar with these sirens, and having grown up here, this is an exciting thing for Weatherford. And one of the things that we want everyone to learn about these sirens is when the sirens go off, we want folks to turn to social media, the local TV and radio stations. We don't want folks to go outside and see what's going on. That's important. Over the years, we've talked to people about outdoor warning sirens, and one of the things they say is, well, we always go outside. And we don't want folks going outside. We want them to turn to channel 4, 5, 8, 11, WBAP, social media, and find out what's going on in their area. In the city of Weatherford, there are 10 outdoor warning sirens that are actually we're going to test here, and we're going to do a silent test to make sure that they're fully functional and operational. And it'll be a week and a half or 2 weeks before folks will actually hear audible sounds. and we're going to work with Blake to make sure that everyone knows that that's coming. You and Blake to make sure everyone knows that that's coming, because we don't want anyone to be surprised. We want them to know that it's Wednesday, and as we move forward on this project, once we get them all tested and operational, then we'll go to the first Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m. and that'll be the normal test like they do in the other parts of North Texas. But I'm here to answer any questions you might have about the outdoor warning sirens.
So this would be a good time if you're watching the show to ask any questions that come to your mind about this.
Kind of the history of outdoor warning sirens. They used to be called civil defense sirens. When a lot of us grew up, we did duck and cover drills in school. And the sirens really had two meanings. One was for the T word that's associated with severe weather that I'm not going to say. And the other one was for some type of attack. And as we grew up, we did those duck and cover. I see you back there, Blake. As we did those duck and cover drills, that kind of went away. But the sirens that are in place, we're constantly monitoring them. They're spread out across the city of Weatherford, they're pretty much maintenance free. We have to do some maintenance on them, but they're controlled. We control them. We can set them off for whatever reasons. We can set them all off, all 10 of them off. We could only set a few off in a certain area or a certain part of town if we needed to.
And Sean, we already have some questions coming in.
Yeah, so the first question is from Linda. Yeah.
Where are they located? Linda, that's a great question. And I will get Blake a copy of the map, and I'm sure we could get that added to the website. So we know where those sirens are. They are elevated. They're on 50-foot concrete posts, but we'll get you that. We'll get you that graphic and get that done.
And Justin's asking, can you detail where the sirens will be installed?
That's part of where they're located, and we'll get that map. There's no secret hiding the sirens. They're up in the air and they're on big concrete posts. So they are spread out a certain distance. We've measured that distance, and those sirens are placed at those intervals where we can get the maximum sound out of them.
Sean, Heidi has a question. She asks, can you give examples of the kinds of emergencies that they'll be used
That's
for?
a very good question. Besides severe weather, we would use them possibly for hazardous materials, some other type of environmental emergency. That's why they're called outdoor warning sirens. We would also use them in the event we wanted residents to go inside to get some additional information.
I think that's all. Now you have a fan, Tiffany, it looks like, Sean.
I think so.
So
That's what I'm seeing.
Says.
She grew up with my daughter. Yeah.
Very cool.
Dr. Emily Hughes. My daughter is a Brent. There's your phone.
There's my phone. You want to answer the phone?
No, I don't want to answer the phone. Yeah, Dr. Emily Hughes is about a 1 month old veterinarian. So
Awesome.
Let's see what else we got.
I don't think we have any more. I think we're good. Well, Sean, can you stand by with us in case we get more questions?
Absolutely.
We can yell at you and point you out.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
You're kicking me off.
I'm kicking you off.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like really enjoying the Sean and Nicole show right there.
I can put the wig
All
on.
right, Sean's gonna put the wig on.
Well, they couldn't hear me say that, but I was really enjoying the Sean and Blake and Nicole show. Like we were like flowing, it was going good.
Wait, Sean's gonna come back in. Wait 1 second.
So he can't hear what I'm saying, but those are some luscious locks right there. Get it?
I like it. I like it.
Very good. All right.
All right, you gotta leave the wig on. Sean's here with the wig. Oh, he's taking it off already.
Put it
That's
back
some
on.
luscious locks he had going on there.
You know, that was great. Thank you, Sean, for being a team player on that.
Absolutely.
So this is one of the great things we love about the show is we have here, let me bring you in, Nicole. That way there you go. That's one thing I love about the show is that we're able to bring in part Parker County officials, city officials, and talk to you all one-on-one. This is a great opportunity. Y'all can keep asking questions for Sean throughout the show. We're going to move forward, but Sean will be here for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
for a little bit longer.
a little bit longer.
So he'll be here if there's more questions. So it's a good opportunity to ask the fire marshal and emergency management coordinator of Parker County. And Parker County is doing amazing things. Judge Pat Dean leads the cause
Absolutely,
over
and all four of the commissioners.
and all four of the commissioners. So they're all doing great work, and we appreciate the collaboration when we get the opportunity with the county. And Councilwoman Heidi Wilder is watching the show, and she said, "You look cute with the wig on."
And it matches my mustache.
And it matches his mustache.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
He said thank you. All right. Moving along. And tonight we have City Council. We will be live streaming on weatherfordtx.gov. Let me bring this up here. We will be live streaming weatherfordtx.gov on our Charter Spectrum channel 190, and on our Facebook page right here. So join us tonight beginning at 6:30. And that's a new feature that we added about 2 to 3 months ago. And kudos to our IT department, specifically Kyson, Troy, Austin, Nick, all of them. Gonzalo. Who else am I missing, Nicole?
I'm trying to think. Cole and Kevin come out and help with some of the tech stuff. It's pretty much all of the guys out. I don't want to leave anyone out. Austin, all of them. I think all of the guys out in IT have helped us at one point or another.
Yeah, so big shout out to them.
Yeah, no, Heidi, we're going to show the picture, but we still want them to come see you in person. I mean, Heidi said, during that picture, come see us in person. No, come see them in person.
Yeah.
You have the option for people who maybe work night shifts or are at sporting events or whatever with the family. We understand that life is busy, which is why we do offer the Charter Spectrum channel 190 or the Facebook stream. But we do want to see people come out. If you're wanting to voice your opinion, yeah, you can comment on our Facebook video. We always get those and we love those comments. But if you're really wanting your voice to be heard, the easiest way is to come out in person and actually voice your opinion and get that blue card.
And that's Councilwoman Heidi Wilder to the far left right there. So she's a true fan of the show, right, Nicole?
She is.
Yeah.
Her watch.
We're going to give her 2 thumbs up. She's always watching.
Even though I don't think we're showing, are we? Did you put us back on?
Yeah, we're back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's delayed, so I never know if we're on or not.
She said, "Blur me out. Please come see us." All right.
So then tonight, some of the things on the agenda is that there will be a proclamation naming October 2019 as National Chiropractic Health Month here in the city of Weatherford. So you guys should come out and see that. Plus, there will be a public hearing to consider the approval of ordinance. I'm not going to read it all out, but it's a zoning district change from agriculture to commercial for professional office at 2603 South Main Street. You guys come out. Plus, of course, if you go to the link below, which is weatherfordtx.gov, and then you search live meetings or meetings live archive, whatever you want to search, it'll pull it up. And that'll have the entire agenda because there's always a lot of important things covered. We typically just pull 1, 2, maybe 3 things out to highlight on the Tuesday show. But there's always a lot of things. So even if you can't make the meeting, at least check out our agendas. They're up 3 days ahead of time. So at least check them out. That way you can be informed as to what the discussion is about. Of course, if you go to the website or pull it up on the mobile app, you have the option to pull up the agenda and follow the agenda as the meeting is live streaming.
Correct. And then we have Meet Me at the Park on October 24th. So that will be this Thursday. Yes, this Thursday from 6 to 7:30. That will be in conjunction with Food Park Lounge Night over at Heritage Park. So you can grab some food, meet a lot of the staff members will be there, and it's always a fun time. So come out and visit with us. And then we have the water department updates. Typically, you cover this, Nicole. Do you want me to cover it today?
Yeah, I'm going to let you cover it.
Okay. So Nicole kind of has a sinus thing going on, so her throat's a little raspy. So, but you're doing great, Nicole.
Thank you.
Okay. North Main Street project. This week, the contractor will be replacing the water pipeline along North Main Street from 3rd to 4th Street. They tentatively plan to close 4th Street FM 920 on Wednesday night to install the water line through the intersection. That's pending TxDOT approval. Only 4th Street will be shut down and detours will be provided, so keep that in mind. It should only take a few hours. Main Street will remain open except for the outside lanes that the contractor's working on. The contractor will have the 2 outside lanes shut down, 1 in each direction. Then if you look over to Mockingbird Lane and West Park Street, the contractor will be performing final cleanup around that site as well. And then last but not least, we have Sloan Street. City crews are replacing the water service lines in Ackerd Street between South Main and Elm Street. So those are the current projects that are taking place. And I will say the North Main project has gone extremely smooth. It's been going on for several months. All of you are aware of that project if you've driven through that area, but it's going really well. I think they're about a month behind, but they're catching up really quickly. Okay, 3rd grade tours. Nicole?
Yeah, so we had 6 ISD, so Weatherford ISD elementary schools participate this year. So they got to meet with the mayor and city leadership here in City Hall, and then we took them over to Fire Station 1, which is right behind City Hall, and then they walked down to Cherry Park from there, and that was after we kicked things off with the first 2 parks. They actually got to walk through some of the trucks, and then also, when they went to Cherry Park, they were able to meet with our different departments, like we had TPW, which is Transportation Public Works. We had police and SWAT, so we did have some county SWAT members in our police department there. We had electric, then animal shelter was there, water was there, parks and recreation, our library were there, and they all had interactive things that the kids could do. Like at the animal shelter, they could set off a trap that would be used to catch like feral cats or possum or something. They were able to vote on their favorite movie at parks. At TPW, they saw some of the machinery being demonstrated. PD and SWAT, they showed them a lot of the really cool stuff. Electric had their really cool trailer out where they could see stuff. I think it was a really cool interactive thing, gave the kids some knowledge. Like you can see in the water picture, she was showing them a breakdown of what the toilet paper does versus what, and I think the image I grabbed was what one of those like wet wipes does when you put it in 24 hours later. So it kind of shows like, hey, here's the breakdown and here's why we don't flush these versus we flush toilet paper type thing. It was a really cool way for kids to get to learn more about their city, but also to learn about what we offer and all these other cool aspects on life. We got a lot of really good feedback. The kids were all having fun. I was asking them probably like a million times throughout the day, are you having fun? Is that awesome? And they were loving it. So I think it's a really cool thing that we do. And I think all of the departments, yeah, Justin just said it was fun. I think all of the departments were able to get out there and kind of showcase just a little bit of what they do.
And I want to go back because you mentioned water utilities using the wet wipes. That is actually a real thing because that happened in my house because I have young children, and I had a plumber there at midnight. This was about 4 months ago. So that is a real issue.
Well,
don't flush wet wipes.
They also had a board that had examples of so they had an example of a grease clog that we dealt with here in the city. And what happens when people pour grease down, like it cools in the pipes and it creates a large, and they had a picture of a rock. I mean, it was massive.
Yeah.
Shoot, that they had to deal with. It took them 8 hours or 7 hours, I think is what they were telling me, 7 or 8 hours for them to break that clog. And then that giant rock came shooting out of the pipe. It was really cool to show that no, do we flush this toy down the pot? No, we don't flush this down. We only put water down the toilet.
Come on. No Hot Wheels down
there. No Hot Wheels. They actually had a Hot Wheel and a little doll too. And they were like, we don't flush or put any of this down the pipes. We put this in the trash. Yeah.
And it's amazing, even the data, the weekly or the monthly things that we do at our home, mowing the lawn and the clippings go in the street, where you blow the clippings out in the street, that ends up in the sewer drains, and that actually compounds together and it clogs up the sewer drains as well. So the things that we don't think of that we do on a daily basis, and I'm guilty of it, especially when it comes to grease or something like that. I know you're not supposed to, but we're busy and we do things quickly. We don't think about it. So it's really cool to do these strong community events such as the 3rd grade tours, so we can teach kids at an early age about how they should properly dispose of things and how it affects our infrastructure as a whole. We've been doing 3rd grade tours now for many years, and we love it. As you can tell, our departments get into it as well.
I actually had pictures too, and I didn't think about it, but I actually have pictures. So we'll throw them up in next week's slide, even though it'll be 2 weeks out, of the the firemen, they did their clown program at a lot of the local schools too, where they go in and teach fire safety. So it was really cool when they started to go over some of the fire safety tips that like a lot of the kids that the fire department had already visited their schools. So they were like super excited to share that. I think it's a really cool thing. And I know I have a lot of friends who have kids who were in 3rd grade. So they all went home and they were telling their parents all about the tour and how awesome it was. So it was also a perfect day too. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It was just. They
had the opportunity to meet Mayor Pascal, and it's just really cool to see the kids get excited. You know, they're meeting the mayor, and the questions were very interesting. So we had a good chuckle and a good time with the kids as they asked all their questions to the mayor. So it was fun. But right now, I don't see any more questions in regard to the outdoor warning system or the outdoor warning sirens. And I really don't want to keep the emergency management coordinator / fire marshal from the county tied up.
So I tell you what, how about we do this? How about I try to come back next Tuesday?
Let's do it.
With an update.
Perfect.
That work?
Yeah, we're going to knuckle it.
Blow it up.
They're blow it up. Hey, we want to give you something too. So this is a cooling towel right here. I know it's like getting to be fall, or it is fall, and it's.
But you got to be cool to wear that.
But you got to be cool. So you put water on this. It's a cooling towel. We're going to give this for him because he's out. He's out.
8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to give that to you for coming on today.
So
we'll see you next week. Okay?
And I'm going to come back next week.
All right.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye. Hey, tell him any questions we get. We'll share with him next week too.
If we get questions, we'll share those with you for next
email
week.
them to me and save them for next Tuesday.
Thank you for being here.
Thank y'all. Be safe.
So cool to have him here. I really appreciate him coming. You know, the collaborations that we have with the county are fantastic. Oh, he's back. He's getting his paperwork. Okay, paperwork. He's out now.
All right.
All right. So that was fun. Sean Hughes, round of applause for Sean Hughes. Yes. All right. So 3rd grade tours, we covered that.
Justin asked how his Ninja Turtles are going to get home. Justin, you know Ninja Turtles don't need to go down the toilet. They have their own secret way to get home. Come on.
That's right.
Speaking
of Justin, who
the library. Yeah, speaking of Justin, he works at the library. So they've got their partnership program with AgriLife, and it's Get the Facts. This event tomorrow from 2 to 3 at the library is focusing on making healthier food decisions on portion sizes and learning more ways to reduce the consumption of sodium, fat, and sugar. There will be some food tastings and there will be prizes. So you guys check that out. They have a ton of other events going on this week. So check out the Weatherford Public Library on Facebook. You can, their handle is at WPL for more events that you and your family can enjoy each week, of course, free. And of course, their video game rentals. As of October 1st, you can check out video games. We don't have the game systems yet, but if you have some game systems you're wanting to get rid of or donate, the library would love to take in your game systems or your games, either or. So they are always going to be taking donations. This entire rental program that we have for the games is fully based off of donations. So if you have stuff, maybe you're clearing out for college or you're clearing out to move or whatever your need is, fall cleaning, spring cleaning, whatever, you can always drop those off at the library.
All right. So Taste for Education was last Saturday. It was another successful year. And we had our very own Terry Hughes, Chad Marbett, and Manny Palacios, who competed and brought home first place. Round of applause. What did they make, Nicole? He kept telling us, but I can't remember.
They had peppers. They had smoked peppers and then bacon burnt ends. And bless his heart, Chad and his brother actually also helped them too. Like stayed up all night prepping it. The team put a lot of effort in, and it's something that they have been doing on their own. They've been representing the city, but they haven't ever used city money for it. They all pay for it out of their own pockets. They spend their own time doing it. It was great to see a lot of the different teams compete. I tried a little bit of a lot of stuff. Yeah, they kept making jokes that it was roadkill. It was perfect. But it was bacon burnt ends. So the catch is, if you like bacon, you're really going to like the bacon burnt ends. And I will say there were a ton of teams that did barbecue or brisket or bacon burnt ends type. But I will say our teams were like top notch. It was, and I'm not just saying that because it's our team. Like they definitely got my vote based off of that.
And I have to say this, and I might get in trouble because I'm about to say someone's name. So they have a rivalry with Judd White over at Texas Butane.
That's not the only one they have a rivalry with now, but yes.
Uh-oh.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
No, you go on, and then I'll tell them.
What was I say? Well, Texas Butane, they're located on the square on the southwest quadrant. And Judd, I took him. Terry had me take something that I hope Judd's watching. It's all in great fun. And Terry and them better be prepared because I think Judd's going to bring out the big guns next year to make this rivalry more interesting. So it's fun to see like them compete. They planned for it for like months, and it's just one way that our employees do great things in the community, and it was a good event, and they had a good time, and they were proud to bring home first place this year. See, Judd beat them last year.
But Judd started the rivalry by sending an email to try to egg the guys on, and he sent it like when they were in meetings and stuff. So they waited like 2 or 3 days to reply, and he got all nervous about it.
Oh, okay.
They replied back because it's one of those things that we get so many emails in a day. There's a good chance if we don't reply, we will reply when we see it or have a second to get back to it. But I will say, Truly Trendy was next to him, and Truly Trendy was they were trying to start a good rivalry with them too. So. I don't know. It's all about bragging rights, but it's all for a good cause. It's all of the food and everything. The teams donate themselves.
Yep.
You compete for these places, and then you get the really cute little trophy, but it's for bragging rights for a year. Our guys did a lot of work. They fully deserve it. All of the other teams did amazing as well. We had other city employees on other teams. I would have thrown pictures up there, but there were so many people moving around. I didn't want to post a picture of a couple employees and miss the rest. But the mayor was there. We had other city council members there. Sharon was there. It's a really cool event for us to give back to the ISD Foundation. They donate books. They do the closet and a lot of the schools where kids can get items and the things they need. There's just so many things, scholarships that the Education Foundation takes care of. So it's a really cool event and a fun way to give back.
Yes, exactly. Well, we're going to move on because that was well put, Nicole. That was great. All right. Brush collection. This week, we will be covering Quadrant 3. So south of Palo Pinto Street, west of South Main to the city limit line. And then next week, it will be Quadrant 4 for brush collection. Quadrant 4 is south of Fort Worth Street to the city limit line, east of South Main to Santa Fe and connecting streets. And you can always access this information after the show by going to the My Weatherford app, or you can visit weatherfordtx.gov under sanitation and access this information. Whoa, let me back up. I went too far. I didn't realize that was I need like a warning, right?
Yes.
That's the last slide. Well, I think that's all we have for today. Again, thank you to Mr. Sean Hughes, the Emergency Management Coordinator and Fire Marshal of Parker County. Thank you, Judge Dean, for letting him come out and join us today. And he'll be here next week, as you saw earlier. So he'll be back joining us. Great things happening in the big city of Weatherford, Texas. We love Weatherford. It's a great place. And I don't see any questions, Nicole.
Nope, I think we're good. As always, if you comment or send us a message, we'll get back to you as soon as we can with the best answer. But yeah.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Next week.
Mm-hmm.